Hey guys, Gill Strelec here. I'd like to tell you a few examples of what we use for downrigger fishing for kingfish here in South Florida. We like ribbonfish a lot. Kingfish love ribbonfish, especially on the downrigger in the deeper water. This is a standard ribbonfish rig that we make, anywhere from 1/2 ounce to 2 ounce jig head. All depends on the current and the depth of water you're fishing. The lighter the weight, the shallower the water. You get to the deeper water, go to a 2 ounce. When we're not using ribbons, we're using blue runners. Blue runner rigs, I like to have them made in all different sizes, from 6 to 8 inches up to 15 inches, all depending on the size of the bait and the area we're fishing. In Key West, we like to use really big blue runners. Up here off Palm Beach in Martin County, 8 to 12 inch runners are a good size to catch nice size kingfish. Usually a 3 to 5/0 nose hook, and then you can go from a number 2 down to a 1/0 treble hook, depending on your preference and the area that you're in. And then sometimes we like to dress them up with little Mylar jig heads. We use green, we use pink, somewhat longer Mylars. It gives a little flash, especially when we have high sun like it is now. You can use this either on a ribbonfish rig or a blue runner or a goggle eye. The longer Mylar on the ribbonfish rigs, nice and short, stubby like this on the blue runners. So depending on where you're fishing and the tidal fluctuations that you have will depend on how much weight that you end up using. The Cannon Downrigger comes with a 150-pound cable, usually about 400 feet. Here in South Florida, we use anywhere from 8 to 14-pound balls. I have an 8-pound ball here, Cannon flash weight, and I have a 10-pound here. These two are the ones that we normally use. We will step up to a 12, possibly a 14 during the full moons and hard tides. The way you choose your weights is how you depend on the blowback and the depth that you're fishing in, and the speed and the tide. If you have your downrigger down at 100 feet and you have a 45-degree angle on your downrigger cable, then your depth is not accurate, what you're reading on the downrigger. You're actually got a lot of blowback. You want to try to limit your blowback as much as possible, and the way you do that is you go to a heavier downrigger weight. The amount of line to let out behind your flash weight, there is no science to it. Some people say to let out lots of line behind the weight. I like to try to keep it in line with the ball. So what happens is the fish, kingfish in my in my neck of the woods, would come in and see the flash of the weight. You want your bait to be anywhere from 15 to 30 feet behind the ball, is my professional experience, because they're gonna see the weight and then they're gonna dive off away from the weight and then shoot right into your bait once they see it. In this case, we used a ribbonfish rig today to catch the ones that we did. In super clear water and in depths over 100 feet, I like to put the bait 50 to 75 feet behind the ball. In shallower depths, because you do not want your bait to swim down into the ledge or the reef, I like to keep it closer to the ball.